You probably can cut it off. You probably can cut it off before the last. I was talking about being a friend to someone, being
because you said first of all, mind your business.
Yeah, mind your business, but just be like compassionate and empathetic, and however you want to be made to feel. That's how you should make your friends feel.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay, so you can say that. Beyonce doing her thing right now.
Yeah, that's what I said. Only you can hear.
I know.
Earlier.
I normally try to let the people in, but I do like pre-record, so that's fine. Okay, Spillers, we're back. We ran out of time, so it's gonna be 2 weeks, but I promise you they're worth listening to, cause these some funny, smart as hell black women, and they got a lot to say, and it's necessary for the culture, and it's necessary for the mamas, the booked and busy mamas, the black mamas raising black queens. It's necessary for all of that. So Ken was talking about the importance of, or the influence that what she instills in her daughter when it comes to being a good friend. And one of the first things she said, Candy's rule number 157. Mind your business. Mind your business. Go ahead and get back into it.
I think that's critical, because stay in your lane. You will stay out of mess if you stay in your lane.
Stay out of mess.
Yes.
Exactly.
Yes. But also just being that empathetic friend, that compassionate friend, just being a friend, the friend that you would want someone to be for you.
Yeah.
That's the type of friend that you need to be. So whatever your friend does that makes you feel good, that makes you valued, that makes you feel like they, trust you and that they appreciate the friendship, you reciprocate that to them.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I love that, especially when you say empathetic, because I feel nowadays, our children, they don't have empathy, and that's why bullying is so prominent now. We didn't really hear about bullying when we was growing up.
Right.
It was not. We did little jokes, you know what I'm saying, with our friends and with different people, but it was not. I mean, it happened, but now it happens so often. I was talking to our one of our leadership members at our school on our campus, and she was telling me last week she filed 7 bullying reports. And she said that was just that day. And I was like, are you kidding me? And I said, did you have substantial evidence? Was it bullying? And she was like, sis, this was bullying. She was like, and she said the students were even collecting. And from social media, y'all, you'll be surprised how these kids, and I work at a middle school, social media was evidence that they had. And I'm like, what the hell?
Yeah.
But that empathy part is so important, because if you don't understand or you can't feel where your friend is coming from, then how are you really a friend?
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
That's right.
Okay, Angela, you can tell us.
I will echo what you said, because that first and foremost, be the friend that you would want to have. That's first and foremost. Mind your business, staying out of business. And then, with your friendship circle, just always making sure that the people that are around you value you.
That's
people
right.
People gravitate to you and envious or, whatever motive, and that's not a good friend, and they're there, and that always surfaces at some point.
Yep.
And so you have all this drama and stuff
Yep.
from fake friends, frenemies, and things like that. So,
Friends.
bringing it back. But that's just key, just making sure you're surrounding yourself with people that value you, and even like-minded people, because if you have friends that are not on the same path in life as you, sometimes you can help them, but sometimes they can pull you
That's
down.
right.
And so they have to be aware of that as well.
Yeah.
You should never be in a friendship circle where you are talking about your friends behind their backs. I have people that tell me things in confidence, and I've never uttered it to another person.
And that's how it's supposed to be.
And whenever you see people that they're talking about, so and so did this, did that, but and it's like, I'm sure they know what you telling.
Right. But what did you say and what did you do?
You bring it, you take it.
That's it. That is it.
Yes.
And then why were they so confident to say it to you?
Say it to you. Yeah. So I usually steer clear. When I see them, arms length. That's a high and by claimant.
Yeah.
I don't like being involved in that kind of drama. And I've taught my daughter to avoid that as well because I mean, life is too short. When you can surround yourself with good people who really care about you genuinely, who will uplift you. And so that's been our focus because you see too much. You have so much adversity in life already. So you shouldn't be coming from your friends group.
That's right. And I said, when you said something that kind of illuminated so much when you said that people being around you, you don't know what their motives are, whether they're trying to steal your shine or just get a little shine off of you. Something that I've always told my daughter is you need to pray for discernment. All the time I said, you're just 15, but you've accepted Christ. Like, you're old enough to be held accountable for your actions and for things that you do and choices that you make. You need to pray for accountability, for discernment for anybody in your life. You're just 15, but you need it because maybe these are some lifelong friends that you have, maybe not. But when you pray for discernment, you'll be able to tell who just around you trying to pull your coattail or trying to get a little fame.
Who's jealous or envious.
Or who's envious, because that's real. And the secret envy is real. Them be the main ones.
That's the worst. That's the worst.
Okay, let me move on because I got a little sensitive. Listen, I'm like, and I'm real, like, my friends try to tell me, I was like, I never had no friends. You say you go out too quick. No, it's like, just be real. Like, it's okay. It's everybody. We all have friends. We all have friends that are going to have different friends. And that's perfectly fine. We should be okay with that. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But I don't like all that back and forth. And then one of my things is when now you just talking last week. Now you oh, okay, that's what you're trying to do with her. Like, she ain't your friend, but she got something that look good and that kind of make you look, okay, so that's who we are. And I have to learn to, like, contain that, you know what I'm saying? Because I project that, like, I exude that type of energy sometimes. And it's not good. But it's like, really, sis? Anyway, that's neither here nor there. But that's good that y'all are raising your daughters to do that, and I think that that's important for women, period. Like, when your babies need to be able to see your friendships. They need to be able to see that you can have a good, true, genuine, sincere friendship where you and your girls can come together, kick it, have fun, pray, twerk, balance, eat chicken, you know what I'm saying, work out, like balance, you know what I'm saying? It's a balanced thing. We gonna be ratchet, but we gonna worship. You know what I'm saying? We gonna eat foolish, but we gonna work out. Like, it's a balance. Our girls need to see that, you know what I'm saying? And when they see that, to me, that makes them stronger. That makes them better. That makes them know them the type of friends I want. I want the type of friends my mama have. You know what I'm saying? So I love that. Y'all some good mamas. You don't know that?
Yeah.
Goodness gracious.
Sometimes I confident. I try.
And I think that's human nature. I think that's because my mama, I had a conversation with my mama at one point. Like, I just feel like sometimes she hates me. Mama said, hell, she gonna hate you because you just tell her what's right. But she'll be all right because later on in life she'll realize that my mama was trying to steer me in the right direction, and she meant it for my good, and it worked in my favor.
Tell you that,
and I'm waiting on it because right now when I say since she probably got an attitude right now because you get up and you going to church tonight. You wanted to go party all night at the Kinsietta. You finna get her. You want to sing. We going to worship in the mountain. Like, get up. And she lucky I didn't make her get up and go to Sunday school because I started to, but I was a little excited. But we got to worship. But yeah, we turn up at night, but we get up in the morning too. Like, I was at Earth, Wind and Fire last night turning up, and I turned all the way up, and I literally got up and made breakfast and went to worship. That's what we do around here, sis. So she was a little worried, but she'll be all right. Anyway, okay, so listen, since Mackenzie, and this is probably, this is one of our, we got this one and then one more. That one is short though. And y'all, this is our second part of the podcast. That's how good it's been. Okay, we got 2 hours. Anyway, since Mackenzie was a little girl, I've always just kind of picked at her brain to see what it was that she was passionate about, what she wanted to do when she was growing up. And of course, she said she done had 79,000 different career choices. And I've been behind all of them. You want to be a ballerina, baby? Where we going? We going to Juliet? Like, what we doing? Like, what we got to do? She done danced with the Howard lady, Debbie Allen. She done did all that. She's done it. We got video. She's done all of that. What we doing? I done paid all this money for Debbie and the helper say, Mama, I want to dance, but I don't like it like that no more. I'm still gonna dance. I'm like, no, you gotta go to Juliet. All this money I'm spending. But anyway, she's changed her mind so much. But recently, probably about a little over a year ago, she's been adamant that dermatology is her thing, cosmetics, and she wants her skin line after she does the doctors and all that stuff for a long time. So I'm like, okay, I'm still thinking about my hair. She gonna change in a couple of weeks, but she's been on it because she's been taking anatomy classes and all type of crazy classes I would never take. What do you all like when your girls come to you and ask you questions about things that they want to do? Like, what are your conversations? And I ask that because oftentimes, and I know certain cultures, and I'm gonna speak on it, like in Africa, a lot of the different tribes in Africa, you know, they're strict. They want their kids to be doctors and lawyers, period. Nothing else. You're not playing basketball. You're not doing social work. You're not doing psychology. You're not doing entertainment. You're going to be a doctor or a lawyer. And I have a lot of friends that are from different parts of Africa, so I know that to be true. How, like, without dictating what your children do, like, how do you respond to what they want to do in life? And one of y'all can take it first.
For me, I let my kids do everything in the kitchen sink, like, because something is gonna stick, and we don't expose you to it. How would you know? You know what I mean? What is, you know, your gift? So we've done the dance thing, we've done cheer, we've done volleyball. You know, DJ done football, basketball, tackle football, flag football, all those things, just to see where their gifts actually lie. But as they get older, you know, I've kind of said, okay, and really just because the scheduling is only 24 hours a day.
Right.
Can't do everything. You know, you can't
they
do
think
everything. Right. But, you know, I think that just exposing them to different things and seeing what, you know, what works. One, what they're good at, but two, what they're passionate about. And you just kind of hope and pray that that's one and the same thing.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because I would certainly hope that, you know, I mean, Kyrie's tall, right? But she is, we've not exposed her to basketball just yet. She hadn't really expressed an interest in it, right? But I would hate to, like, pigeonhole her in that, you know, in that particular sport, because she is tall, right? You know, I mean, if she expresses an interest in, you know, Mama, because you can't cheer and play basketball, right? So if she says, Mama, I'm done with cheer, I want to try basketball, I'm down for it, but I'm not gonna push her towards that just because she's, you know, as tall as she is. And for both of our kids, I'm like, you can go to college or not. Yeah. You can go to trade school or not. Yeah. You know what I mean? But you're not gonna be surrounded in this house.
That's it. That's
so
it.
I'm gonna push you towards your gift, but your gift is not sitting in my house as an adult. You know what I mean? Like, and I'm always there, and if you ever need to, you leave and you gotta come back, do it. Like I did. Like when we were in law school, you know, when my parents moved back home, I moved back in with them, and that was how they would afford to pay for, you know, my wedding and take off work to study for the bar and things like that. So there's value in moving back home when you need to, but there has to be some sort of plan in place. So that's my biggest thing. Like, I'm not gonna dictate what you do. I hope that I provide you enough direction to make a wise decision for your life or whatever, but what you're not gonna do
I love it.
is sit around here wanting to take a gap year.
That's
sitting on the couch, you know what I mean? Or still expect for you to have a bedroom in my house. No, that's my workout room.
That's
now.
right.
You know
Literally.
like, no.
Like, I have done something with that room and it does not involve you, sis. Move around. I love that. I love it. And I love when you were saying you give them the autonomy to do what they want. You can go to trade school. I love that, Ken, because so many kids, especially in different cultures, like, this is what you're gonna do and that's it. You know what I'm saying? Like, what does it do for them? You know what I'm saying?
They don't even get a say so
in their life what they want to do. So I love that. And parents, be okay with that. Be okay with if your child decides that they don't want to go to college, they want to go to the military, or they want to get a trade. But you have to be like, you gotta be stern on making sure there's a plan and they doing something, because no, you're not gonna graduate. For me, No, you're not gonna graduate high school and just get a job and work. Nah, sis.
Right.
You a part time. If you don't want to go to college, get you a trade. Go to do something, trade school or something. I don't care, but you're not going to. Nah, that's not what we do. Military. Something.
Yeah, we're trying to build careers.
We build careers and generational wealth. Well, so at the end of the day, somebody gonna if I can't make you rich, you gonna make me rich. Sis. That's just what it's gonna be.
Right. You both make excellent points.
Yeah.
I'm with you on letting your children pursue their passion as their career path, because that's what you have to do day in and day out. So you don't want to push them to something they don't like, because then they'll be miserable for their lifetime. You don't want that. You want them to thrive and be successful. Like you, I let my daughter do a lot of different things. She did dance and gymnastics growing up, and then going to different camps, studying different instruments, and so just pushing like diverse experiences so she could pick what she wanted to do. She initially started out talking about being an oncologist. She was a pediatric oncologist. And then it kind of shifted. And it's like, okay, well, maybe law. Because, you know, she has a lot of attributes that make her an excellent attorney. But then that passion is music. So if she decided to, she could always, you know, pursue those other things. But her passion is opera, and the talent is there, the gifting is there, so I encourage that.
That's good.
Let her make her choice about what she wanted to do. Didn't try to guide a specific career field, because at the end of the day, it's her life and she'll be living it.
Right.
And I don't want it to be, well, I did this because my mom wanted me to, and now.
Because that's not sustainable.
It's not. And then it's something as a parent that you wouldn't want to live with. You know, like, I definitely want my child to be successful, but don't want their success to be based on what I want.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because
like
what joy do they have from that? Right. Which do our children.
Yeah.
And people do that. Like, you would be surprised. Like, I've met people like. I've gone to school with some people. I'm not even gonna say where. And it's like your child is doing all of this stuff that you didn't even do, which is okay because maybe they decided to do it. But every video and every image that you post of them, they're like, you know, and it's almost like don't make them do it because you wanted to do it and you didn't have the confidence or whatever to do it then. And then you're projecting like what you didn't do, you're living through them.
You have to do it so I can have that fulfillment.
We can't do that. Hell, my baby already be mad at me. I'm just like, do whatever you want to do. Sis. I got your back 1,000%.
Yep.
I'm definitely not going to try to force you to do nothing. Like, I got to deal with you being mad because you got to get up and go to church. You know what I'm saying? So,
my parents allowed me to choose my path and supported me through that, but it was never, you have to do this, you have to do that. It was, we're here, we support your choices, and that's what makes a child successful.
That's it. I was one of those kids. I was going to be a singer. I was going to be a dancer. And then when I was in 7th grade, I got my butt tore up because I wrote on my wall with permanent marker. I was teaching my class, which were my dolls and my teddy bears. And I was teaching, baby. I was doing fractions.
Oh, my God.
I promise to this day, like, I'll never forget that. And, baby, and I was like a teacher's pet. Like, all of my teachers, every teacher I've had has loved me except a couple. And I'm in contact with some still to this day. So they would give me their chalk and their markers. Like, at the end of the school year when they were cleaning up, I would get stuff. Y'all, I promise, I wrote on the walls. My headboard and my board was like a little cream color. Permanent marker.
Girl, I'm getting chills right now.
That butt tucked up. Mama was like, what the hell? I don't care. I don't mind you teaching your kids. But why the hell would you write on the wall with this? And I was like, I didn't know he would do that. Because I did it, of course. And then found out later in life that alcohol kills. And so I said something to my mom.
You had to learn a lesson. Your mama knew you had to learn a lesson.
I said something to her a few years when I found out, it's been about 5 or 6 years since I've been in education, I found out. I said, Mama, did you know you can put a little alcohol on a paper towel and wipe off permanent marker? Well, no. I said, no, you probably knew it. You just wanted to tear my butt up. But, right.
It was a lesson of don't
Right.
do that.
It was a well lesson learned because I promise I learned from it. So our last question, I enjoyed y'all. I'm excited for the mamas that are listening because y'all got some good jewels today from some good not Judy's, but some good women. I call my other friends, but you know. Okay, one of my last questions is one of my mottos is YOLO. Like anybody that truly knows Latoya Danielle Hunter Wilson knows that I believe in you only live once.
That's right.
I promise you, I'm going to work hard. I'm going to get my shout on, literally, physically, mentally. I'm going to do all that. I'm going to go to therapy. I'm going to eat good. But it's going to turn up. I'm going to turn up. Yeah. Like every opportunity that I get now, I'm just not out here reckless. But I'm going to have fun. I'm going to live my life and I'm going to enjoy it. I promise you, I handle my business. I do it. I make it a point to make sure that that's done. But I also make it a point to celebrate life. I don't feel like God gave us all of this entertainment, the beauty of this earth. I just don't feel like he gave us this to just look at it, you know, and to be so saved and sanctified that you don't indulge or enjoy a little bit, you know, the way you're supposed to. So, with that being said, when it comes to our girls celebrating life, they're going to college. They're going to be in high school. We were just talking about Kari going to the sneaker ball. Yeah. Mackenzie went to Quintietta last night. And we let her stay. She's 15 though. She's in the 10th grade. So we let her stay till 11:30. Yeah. But when it comes to allowing them, you know, giving them the freedom to have fun, but being responsible when it's time to have fun. And I say that because, you know, when I was a teenager before, and I think I was probably 16, 17, I drank a little Smirnoff, literally. Smirnoff.
I didn't drink in high school.
Child,
I was a late bloomer.
That's so awesome. That's so awesome, y'all. My family, if y'all get a chance, look at my Facebook. I updated some videos, or I posted some videos of my aunts. Aunts. My mama's sister. The auntie. And my mama. You know, them having fun from Earth, Wind, and Fire last night. Yeah. And when you see that turn up, you be like, yeah, she snuck a little something back then. But I did. I had a Smirnoff, and I'm not proud about it, but I was responsible with it. You know, I snuck and I did it, but I wasn't doing it boastfully. You know what I'm saying? Nobody knew. Like, nobody ever knew. I had my one cousin, my favorite cousin, Catherine Dolores. She can tell you to this day. Because everybody thought we were the angels, you know, the family, because we weren't like out there. But baby, we'll get a little 6-pack. We'll get 3. You drink 1, I drink 1, and we're gonna split the other and be 6% alcohol. It wasn't even 6%. It was like 3%. Yeah. And we would be like, felt like we was just out of there. But anyway, something I'm not proud of, but it was a learning experience. God's grace, my grandmother's prayers, my mother's prayers covered and protected me. So I know it was because of them that I didn't get caught, for one. And for two, nothing dangerous or anything ever happened. But those are conversations that I feel like, and I've had conversations like this with Mackenzie, because I don't want you to feel like that anyone can peer pressure you into doing something that you don't want to do, that you're not supposed to do, because for one, it's illegal, and you're not supposed to be doing it. And I say it kind of like hypocritically, I guess, because I snuck and did it, but I don't, you know what I'm saying? I just want to tell you what my experience was so that you won't do it. However, that's neither here nor there. What are some things or some conversations that you all have with your girls to avoid them from making irresponsible decisions, but allowing them that freedom to really appreciate their life, celebrate their high moments, celebrate their accomplishments, and just have fun with their friends. You know, sororities, we know our girls gonna be a part of our sorority, so we know they're gonna have some college parties. What are some things or conversations that you have with them to make sure that they're responsible when they're partying and turning up and celebrating life?
For me, it is, I model the behavior that I expect for her to have, right? So, no judgment, no shade to, you know, people who drink and stuff, but like, that's not my thing, right? And so, I hope that because she's never seen me drunk or, you know, coming home, whatever, you know, once you on, once you off, and things like that, that those are not images that she aspires to a sin to her to have. But I think that, you know, Kyrie thinks that everything is a negotiation. So, you know, she's very bright and we negotiate a lot of different things, but that's the thing that, and love my mom to death, but there was not any negotiating in our house. What she said went.
Which is a blessing.
Yeah, it is a blessing. It is a blessing.
Yeah.
But with Kyrie, I'm just more like, okay, let's talk about it.
Yeah.
And the answer doesn't always have to immediately be no,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Or my way or the highway. Let's have a conversation
Yeah.
about it. But at the end of the day, I still have the final say.
Period.
So with this, like with the sneaker ball, it was like, you know, I am allowing you, like, at first her curfew was 10. I gave her 30 extra minutes. That's the negotiation.
Yes.
The negotiation is not you get to stay until the end.
Right,
You know what I mean?
right.
I gave you an extra
Right,
30 minutes,
right,
right? You know what I
right.
mean? But I'm very cognizant to try to explain to her why I'm making the decisions. Why I'm choosing to, you know, only allow you to have an extra 30 minutes.
Yeah.
One is because they're high schoolers there.
Yeah.
And you're on the lower end of middle school.
Yeah.
You don't need to be partying at
Yeah.
almost midnight with 12ers.
Turn it up. She said it was a church event.
So, yeah. And it's funny because I think they actually ended at 11. And so she was like, I only missed 30 minutes. Great. You know what I mean?
You got an additional 30 minutes.
Yeah, exactly. You know, see what happened. But I think, you know, a lot of it is really communicating. And like you said, I mean, having that foundational relationship where they feel comfortable coming to you and talking to you about the things that, you know what I mean, that they have questions about or, you know, that bother them. I don't ever want to, I have a amazing social life. Like I said, I went to Duke, so we were always kicking in. Our motto was like, work hard, play hard.
Yeah.
So I get the desire to be social and, you know, want to have an interaction, especially like after COVID, right?
Yeah.
Like, everybody had to be inside.
Yeah, we were locked down. High force.
So I get it. So, you know, my answer is not always no, but we're going to have a conversation about what your turn up is going to look like.
I love it.
You know,
I love it. And that's me. Like, let's have a conversation on how it's going to look. And this is what it's not going to look like. Don't worry about what your mama did.
Right.
You know, this is what you're going to do.
Right, that's right.
And we can just have that hope and that expectation that they follow. And like you said, modeling and leading her scene. And that's something that I don't do. Like when I get lit, Mackenzie's with her mama and papa. Because I already know, like literally. And I know that when I come home, I'm gonna be lit. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But she's not gonna see it. Like
Okay.
she has never witnessed her mama lit, and I plan for it to be like that forever.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I love that. And what year's your baby?
She is a junior.
A junior. Okay.
So with her, I have an interesting story to tell, which goes to that open line of communication. When she was young, middle school, I'd say maybe 14, she had her best friend, Mexican, took her to a dance club. You know, the Latino club, they aren't carding.
Right.
You know.
Right.
And they're partying.
She calls me and tells me that happened. That's where she was.
Uh-oh.
We had a discussion about
the
it.
attorney.
We had a discussion about it because it's like, you know, you don't do this.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So she never did it again. She never was in that position again. But she made sure she made me aware of
Right.
it, and I probably never would have known that it happened.
Right.
So that's the key there. But just instilling in them safe fun, things that are age appropriate. Don't rush to live life because you know when you reach a certain age there'll be nothing left to do.
Right.
And so with that, it was never really a lot of discussions of don't drink, don't do this, that, and the other. Didn't have to do that. She doesn't even really have the desire to drink. You know, and she's of age to drink. I mean, it's rare that she will. We might go somewhere for a special occasion. There's something.
Yeah.
And
gotta protect that voice, girl.
exactly.
She know that priorities.
But she's not one where every weekend she's hanging out. In fact, she doesn't club. She doesn't do any of that stuff. So just having the communication and openly talking about what's appropriate to do, and then like even in this day and time, there was a time when I used to go dancing every weekend.
Mm-hmm.
I loved to dance. I'd be there. I was the one on the floor when the lights came on. Okay. My daughter is not that.
Yeah.
But I talked to her about like with the way times have changed. It's not even safe to go to those places.
Right. Nope.
You go in there and then people are shooting and things like that. So she doesn't take herself anywhere where she could potentially be harmed.
Right.
And it's, listening to that foundation that you instill in now, listening to the guidance on healthy fun and things that they should be doing, and they will follow it. You don't even have to stay on that. Like it just it's automatic. Yeah, it's like your mom's rules for you.
Yeah.
That's automatic.
Right.
Yeah. And so that's where it starts and begins. I encourage her, go out, go have fun because when you're in school, you have to let your hair down.
Right.
And then when you reach a certain point in life, responsibilities set in. So
absolutely.
I do encourage her to have fun with a balance with it.
Yeah.
We take trips, we travel, we do things like that, and so for her, a good time is going somewhere.
And that's good.
She does not care about
once she's where she is in life, she's gonna be like, okay, baby, let's book a flight. Listen, we're booking flights.
Exactly.
I love it. Well, y'all are so awesome, and y'all are dope.
Awesome.
And I appreciate y'all for being here. I really do. This is gonna be in the archives because y'all know we're gonna be like one of the best podcasts. In a minute. So, and this is gonna be in the archives, and they're gonna be like, "Oh, we going back to the Black Girl Magic podcast because those Black girls are dope." So I have one last question, and that question is, what advice would you give to the Black woman that's raising Black children? I know I did the Black Boy Joy episode, and I don't want to negate our Black boys because I feel like I just love Black people, y'all, and man, Black people, we're killing it right now. I'm just saying, and y'all are the example, or the proof of what's going on in the culture and for the culture. What advice or sentiments or whatever would you give to that Black woman who's almost at her wit's end? She has children, she's successful. She has a lot going on. She's on this board because you're on a bunch of boards. She's in the sorority. You and your beautiful chapter just came. You're the charter member.
Not
yes.
Not yet.
Okay, well it's coming into existence. But you have that going on, which is a lot. On top of everything else, on top of being a mom with 2 active children in the community, the church, the schools. What advice would you give for that mama that's just like, I don't know now, I don't know. Especially when it comes to raising their Black kids. Like, what advice would you give?
I'd say that the biggest piece of advice is don't be afraid to ask for help. As independent as I am, it's not always easy to say, like, I'm struggling in this area, like, I need some help. But I've realized that, I have a village that's just waiting for me to ask for help, right? And I know that I can lean on them. They always come through every single time. So just to kind of let that pride go and realize that, everybody that is close to you they're pouring into your children. Yeah. So allow them to do that. And that allows you to have a little less stress. And, you can be mama, but you can be attorney, and you can you can do all these other things. You can wear all these other hats. So don't be afraid to ask for help. I think that people will really appreciate you for doing that, and you'll be less stressed out.
And some points that I want to take from what she said is that she is INDEPENDENT. She said, as independent as she is, she knows that there are people in her village that wants to pour into her children. She can identify those people. So when you're able to confidently identify the people, that means not only you good, but you, because like the grandparents, we say now, man, our grandmamas was Queen Latifah. They were Cleo and set it off for us. Right. But for our children, now they Jesus Jr. all of a sudden. Like when you have people like
yeah,
that.
a mama and a grandmama different.
Listen,
like,
they're
they're
totally
the same
different.
person, but
Totally
different.
different. The same person, but their love and it's totally different.
Yeah.
We are witnesses. But when you have people that you know want to pour into your children, and what they're pouring into your children is for your children's good,
That's right.
and it brings them satisfaction, of course,
right. Yeah.
but it's for your children's good. Take that, and I think that's something that's kind of a challenge in the Black community, in the Black culture, because we're too prideful.
Right.
You know, we don't want to ask for help.
Right.
When the help is there and the help is waiting for us to say, ask, because they're like waiting.
Mm-hmm.
So I love that, and that's something that we could all use, like ask for help, because baby, who not scared to ask for help is me. I'm calling mama, grandmama,
Right.
great grandmama,
Right.
papa, great papa,
Right.
uncles,
Yeah.
auntie-in-law. I'm calling
Yeah.
everybody. Mickey, she needs. Okay, Angie.
I always say parenting is a learning curve.
Okay.
There's no, there are books and resources, but there's no manual on how to parent. So
Right.
never beat yourself up. There might be some mistakes along the way, but usually, like in my case, I had good foundation, great parents, the way they loved on us and raised us, and so I wanted to build on that. Like that's my blueprint for parenting.
Right.
And so if you have that, that's where you start, and make sure that you're giving your child at the very least what you had. We all aspire to do more and better, even with the best of upbringings. So that's the first thing. If you didn't have that, then get the help you need to make sure that happens, whether it's counseling or, asking other parents, having a network of friends with children.
Right.
Priceless resources.
Yep.
And that goes a long way.
Yeah.
It makes you a better parent.
Yeah.
And one thing that I did and set out to do was to pour into my daughter like 100%. And that should always happen with our children, because this is an extension of us, our flesh and blood.
That's
right.
So we want to equip them for life.
Yeah.
We want them to be successful. So it's always that path of constantly learning to be a better parent, no matter how good you are.
Right.
And having the humility to know that you need to grow as a parent. I think that's all priceless and huge.
Yep.
So humility, that means asking for help. So and like Angie said, there's no book for parenting. I don't care how long we're parents. My mama has a 45-year-old and she's still learning to this day. I'm just saying. So there's definitely no rule to it. But when you know you have a village and when you know you have the help, reach out, ask them, seek. I promise you, the Bible says, ask and you shall receive.
That's right.
Seek and you shall find, and knock and the door shall be open.
Right.
And Jesus, I used to say I work his nerve, but I'm so glad to know now that I don't work his nerve.
Right.
Because baby, I'm going to do some asking. I promise you I'm going to seek prayer, fasting, and I'm going to keep knocking until it opens. So do that. That's what we're here for. We're ladies. I'm so excited. I'm just excited. I feel like you all have been a blessing to the community. You all are blessings to those in your lives personally and privately. And give yourself some flowers. I'm going to get on my husband when I get out of here, because I promise I'm mad I didn't have those flowers. Because I literally felt like I got to get them some flowers so that I can give them their flowers. Because y'all dope as hell.
Thank you.
Like for real. And if don't nobody tell y'all, Latoya is telling y'all dope as hell. And stop being so humble. Anyway. Be humble, but be humble, but
we
humble.
can be humble, but stand up, right?
Be
humble, sit down.
Be humble, stand up. We not sitting down. We love you, Kendrick. But we Beyonce and we letting them know who we are. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And y'all need to do that. I don't feel like it's not my call to say what y'all should do or what y'all shouldn't do, but I don't see it enough. That's just me personally. So thank you all so much for coming. I appreciate y'all. And Spillers, they gave y'all their social media handles. Make sure you follow them. Make sure you follow the Spill Podcast 21 Instagram, Spill Podcast TikTok, the Spill Podcast YouTube. But follow them though, because y'all gonna be really blessed and encouraged and motivated. And Who don't want to be blessed, encouraged, and motivated in 2022? Like, kill yourself if you don't. Do you say kill yourself anymore?
No.
Okay.
Well,
Don't do it literally. I know. But like, question, scratch your head. Reconsider. Well, thank y'all, ladies, so much. Can y'all say bye to the spirit, please?
Bye.
Okay. And that's a wrap, shorty. Thank y'all. That was so good. I'm gonna cry tonight. I promise I'm gonna cry. I'm gonna be in my prayer closet just hollering like, gee.
it was good.
You're gonna bless somebody. Because that's all I be wanting to do. I be wanting to encourage people, and I know the people need it, especially where I come from, and especially the people that I know like really listen to my podcast.
Yeah.
Like they be needing it, and I know it's gonna be so many that's going to be motivated. I promise you.
Good.
And they're literally going to reach out and say, they said this and they said that and this. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And that gives
That's
me joy.
so good.
It gives me so much joy, and that's why I started it. Like my therapist is like, well, you talk a lot. Do you think you like to record? You like to do a vlog? And I was like, a vlog? The hell I look like doing a vlog? Oh, I need to stop this. I don't want y'all to hear all this.
You spill it.
You can just hit the thank you and